Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I have a video on the new CoverGirl foundation. It is called the Trublend Matte Made Foundation Comfort Matte Transfer Resistant. This comes in 40 shades. I was sent all 40 shades, so I will show them to you. I'm not going to swatch them all, but I will show them to you. The lightest shade to the deepest, darkest shade. The package is really heavy, the PR package they sent me. But I'm going to lift it up, show you all the shades. There are a ton of different shades, and they have like a good code on them so that you can tell light, medium, tan, dark. Okay, a little information. It says CoverGirl set out to create a foundation that works for all skin types. It says the True Matte Made minimizes pores, it controls shine, feels comfortable, and stays put for 12 hours. There are warm, cool, and neutral undertones within those 40 different shades. The four things about the foundation that they really emphasize is that it is oil-free, transfer resistant, pore minimizing, and an all-day comfort wear. They also sent over 4 different primers. Now they have a skin smoothing primer, a color neutralizing primer, so to help uneven skin tone, pore minimizing primer, and an illuminating primer. So I do have all 4, and I think I'm going to go with the skin smoothing one. I'm going to use the skin smoothing one. So a little information that I've heard about this foundation is that it works better when applying it with a beauty blender, and that it does take a few coats to build up to full coverage. So if you're someone who has a lot of redness or a really uneven skin tone, I've heard it takes a little bit to build up to a full coverage. So we will see on our own. Now I'm just going to use this skin smoothing primer first, and I do or will have this eye look. I filmed a tutorial for this eye look, which will be up on my channel. I'm like in the middle of filming that. I still have to finish it up, but if you're interested, this smells really nice. Honestly, it reminds me of how some of the Dior products smell. Like, it smells really, really good. That actually feels very hydrating as well. It doesn't say that it's supposed to be. It's just a skin smoothing one to create like a really nice canvas. But that feels really good on the skin. Right off the bat, like, first impression on the primer is just the way that it makes my skin feel prior to putting on foundation. I can see myself using this again. It says it's smooths skin and blurs flaws to create a good canvas, helps extend the wear of your foundation, long-lasting weightless feel. It's oil-free, and it says it's fragrance-free. That fragrance-free must be, I don't know, I smell like a light fragrance. I don't think it's anything else. Like, I really feel like it's this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it smells, the fragrance-free smells like a light fragrance, in my opinion. Okay, here's probably the best way to show you. So here is the lightest shades. Still, now we're into the medium. This row is all of the tan. And then this row is the deep. So as you can see, there are a ton of different undertones. I honestly think I'm probably the L50 is what I'm going to go with for my shade. Okay, I'm going to try out this L50. Comes with a pump. This one is called Fair Beige. All right, I'm going to use a beauty blender to apply this. I'm just going to start by tapping it on right here. All right. Ooh. That gives me a little bit more coverage than I initially anticipated, just from what I have heard about it. I haven't watched anyone else's review. I've just heard from a friend that the foundation needed a little bit to build up, but she has a little bit more redness than I do. So honestly, for me, I feel like this is pretty good coverage. I would say it is medium, probably buildable, the full coverage. But that was just a few dots, and I feel like that covered really, really well. Ooh, I like that a lot. Like a lot, a lot. I like the finish of that. Get a little bit on my forehead. So we'll do a nice first layer and then we'll go in with the second layer just so we can show the buildable coverage. I'm not gonna lie, for the first layer, I really, really like the coverage of this. Still looks very natural on the skin. Skin still looks very skin-like. It does feel like a comfort matte. You can tell that it's not like so matte that if you have dry skin, it's not like clinging to any like dry patches. Honestly, you really cannot see it. Like, I can't detect it on my skin. I love the coverage of this a lot. It's very nice because I do feel like you can put on this first layer, and if you're someone who's like doesn't really love a full coverage foundation, you still might like this. Now I'm going to just try and use another pump to build up. I'm just going to use one more pump. So this is how much comes out on one full pump of it. And I'm just going to try and build up a little bit more coverage. I usually need a little bit more coverage like in my cheek area, but yeah, that builds to a nice full coverage, I would say. Okay, that second layer, I didn't even need the rest of this. I'm just gonna kind of blend that into my hands so that you can see the color match. I'm really impressed so far. I really, really like this a lot. Like, I feel like it looks super duper natural on the skin. I like the way it lays on top of that primer. This is going to definitely be a go-to foundation. Now, one of my favorite foundations is the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir Foundation. So nice job, CoverGirl, and I commend you for coming out with 40 different shades. Like, that's definitely listening, and I know that that is something that a lot of drugstore brands sort of struggle with. The Healthy Elixir Foundation doesn't really have it, and that's why they said, like, that's what's on the press packet, is because we listened. They must have been listening, that we were like, listen, we want shades for everyone. Like, look at this. I love the promo picture. It's really just showing like, hey, we listened to what you guys said. You said you wanted shades for everyone. We definitely wanted something that was nice, like a comfort matte. I think that that's the way to go. But comfort matte is great for someone with oily skin and also dry skin. That really makes it so that a lot of different people can wear it. So far, I am really impressed. I'm going to finish up with concealer and the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back and we will finish up the review. I decided I was going to go ahead and put face products on top of this foundation so that you could see once I finished up my eye look, which, like I said, that will be a separate video if you're interested in seeing what's on my eyes. But I thought it would be nice, instead of doing this off camera, to kind of see how products layer on top of foundation, because for me that's like a seller, either like a negative for me or a positive, is like how products and bronzers and all that kind of stuff lay on top. So let me just get my little mirror out and look. Yeah, I really like this foundation a lot. Definitely first impression, recommend it. I know a lot of times first impressions can either go poorly and then I end up loving the foundation. If I love the foundation upon first impression, I usually don't end up hating it later. The only way that I have seen a first impression for me go is that I will hate something and then end up figuring out how to use it better later. I think the key to this foundation is to use it with a beauty blender. I do feel like the consistency of the foundation is a little bit thicker, that if you used it with a brush, I don't know, I just feel like you're just gonna get the better application with some type of a sponge or like a beauty blender type. I love the way products look on top of it. Like, it really just looks like my complexion. It just looks super duper smooth. So I'm really happy so far. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with this peachy sort of nude shade. This is I'm Not Blushing from the Patrick Star and MAC collaboration. I'm wearing like very peachy look, and I like this blush color. For highlight, I'm going to use this Collab Beauty. This is the Filter Highlighting Powder in Glow for the Gold. I love this. Spoiler alert, it's like one of my favorites. It's under $14. You can find it at Sally Beauty. Like, it's just such a pretty highlight color. Okay, I'm about to do a full review on these. These are the Buxom, what are they called? The Plumping Lip Polishes in, this is like a chromatic or like lip topper one, holographic. This is in Crystal. I'm just gonna use that today. It has like a silicone wand, which is interesting. Okay, so finishing up for the CoverGirl foundation. I recommend this so much. I absolutely, literally love the way that it looks on the skin. I feel like it is super flawless. I'm going to have to leave a little annotation in the description box or whether I found it wore really well. That's the kicker. If this doesn't wear like it promises, that would be the only thing. Like, the way that it looks upon application, you only needed maybe like 1.5 layer, and you know I'm a full coverage girl, so I find that the coverage is just really, really good. It makes your skin look really good. Feels very comfortable on my skin. I have dry, normal to dry skin. Feels really, really comfortable, and I like the way everything applies on top of it. I'm super impressed. I'm really excited that they have 40 different shades, so anyone, any different skin tone, undertone can probably find their match in this foundation. If you have very similar to me, like I said, I went in with L50, so that is what is on my face right now, and I feel like it pulls a little bit more yellow, so just keep that in mind. But they do have several different colors, as you saw me show you, that would pull a little bit lighter. So I do not yet know the pricing on this foundation. I don't think it was released yet. I looked it up on the website and it didn't give any information on pricing, and also I didn't get any information on pricing in the information sent to me. So as soon as I know that, I will let you guys know. I can't imagine that this is any more than $13. That's just the highest possible price. I would guess, if I had to, it would be between $5 and $8. I think that the Healthy Elixir is around $5, $5 or $6. So if I had to guess, I would say between $5 and $8, maybe $9. But I'm not quite sure, so don't quote me on that, on the pricing of this foundation. You guys, I highly recommend it. I'm super happy with it. But again, check in the description box to see the update on how this wore throughout the day. If you're interested in this look, if it's up on my channel, I will link it here. I think so. I think that's where it comes up, is here. I will link it for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah. Maybe it comes here. I don't know.